Hello and welcome back to the podcast. This is a new series we're doing. Another new series. No, we're just back into the Ravens Nook, and this is the podcast show we're doing from there. I'm Nick. And we've got
Another Nick.
We've got Mark.
Ooh.
And Samantha.
Samantha. Right. Tonight, we're just going to do a bit of an intro on the paranormal, obviously. With it being a paranormal podcast, that's a shocker, isn't it? So we're going to talk about ghost hunting first of all, what we like and what we dislike about it. Go on, Mark, straight in. What do you like about hunting ghosts?
I suppose it's the thrill, isn't it, of going on a paranormal investigation. It's the experience. The worst thing is never getting any evidence.
Yeah. Why do you do it? Why do you go on?
Yeah, it's because it's unknown, isn't it? It's I was basically born into the paranormal world. From a toddler, I experienced stuff that I can't remember, but my mum.
Oh, you're a natural born medium.
Oh,
Is that
one
what
of
you
them,
say?
Well,
are you?
not medium.
No.
Well, no, more of an
Double XL.
extra large. No, well, I'm not a medium. I'm a little bit intuitive, I think. But yeah, all the experiences, and my mum's into like all, and my nan as well. My mum's all into the paranormal stuff and mediumship, and they used to go, like spiritualist church every now and again. Nothing religiously, just like going a night out on night and bingo and whatever.
Right. So you sort of brought up around weird and wonderful shit.
Well, yeah, because I used to do Ouija boards with my mum and nan
Oh.
when I was a teen.
I'll be honest with you, I can remember a friend of mine when we were dead little, 9, 10. Every weekend they used to do a Ouija board in the house. The parents had and everything. So what was the first thing you ever saw that you could say? Have you seen an apparition? Have you seen something you think is a ghost?
I've experienced stuff. Now,
But you've not seen anything.
It's hard to say, because it's like when we went Wood Farm, I saw, because we used to be in the barn, didn't we? And there was a teepee there. And I remember, obviously it's quite dark, the lighting. And I remember seeing a girl in a dress, a young girl, 9 or 10, in this longish dress. And I was just staring, because I'm trying to sort of make out whether it was some sort of doll or, because obviously it was the barn area is like family entertainment place, isn't it? Kids' toys and stuff. And Jamie Walker, he came to me. He says, "What you looking at, Mark? Can you see anything?" And I said, "What can you see in there? If you look in the entrance of that teepee, can you see anything?" He says, "Oh yeah, I can see a girl." I'm like, "So are we seeing this girl?" But it's like I wasn't. It was difficult because I wasn't seeing with my eye. It was like I was seeing. It was like being projected from my forehead, or the third eye.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like some sort of hallucination. The only way I can describe it. But it was like. So you could tell that she wasn't there, but you could also see her quite vividly.
Right. Yeah. So is that the first thing you've actually seen then?
Oh,
Because that wasn't that long ago. That was only about 10 years, 11, 12 maybe.
Yeah.
Also, would you say you was both hallucinating then, if you both saw it?
See, this is why I'm into the paranormal, because is it an actual ghostly apparition, or even what is a ghostly apparition? Because obviously it's not a dead person, because if you see a dead person, then that's a zombie, isn't it? It's not, you know. But obviously, so what I'm trying to say is, if it was a physical dead person walking, then that's a zombie. So
you believe in zombies?
well, no. It's another thing like vampirism, isn't it, and stuff.
Not really.
It all stems from something.
Not really. A zombie is somebody, I just don't know.
But there has been accounts, especially in the olden days, of, you know,
Zombies.
obviously it's come from somewhere, whether it's just because
Some lunatic who makes a film, that's where it's come from.
well, exactly. It's like, but where did they get the idea from, and where does the word come from, and stuff like that? It obviously stems from something. It may not be something like
The cranberries.
somebody. But if you think about if you think about it,
The band or the drink.
Oh, yeah.
if you think about it with zombies, it's like dead people walking. Well, a couple of centuries ago, people used to be buried and then come alive, didn't they? That's why you had the bells on the coffin. So maybe it stems from that. So maybe that's why.
Yeah.
And obviously Hollywood will twist it and stuff, you know.
So, this is your first time doing a podcast with us, Sam. So, we've shifted, as you can tell, from why did you get into the paranormal and what did you see a ghost to zombies. And this is like a regular thing for us, isn't it? Hey?
Yeah,
We shift, don't we?
we do. As long as we don't go into makeup, because I don't know nothing
Yeah,
about
no.
makeup. Don't be.
So,
That's a different podcast.
that's a different podcast we do on a Tuesday.
Or hairstyles.
What was so quickly? What got me into it all? I was 4 and I saw my dad's nan, but obviously I can't really remember that. But my first experience of seeing anything, I entered a building that was derelict when I was about 11 or 12, polished and all. We used to call it Wedgwood Manor. And I saw a woman walking around the landing, around the staircase. Obviously, there wasn't a woman there, but I saw this woman walking on the staircase. So that is the earliest thing I can recall that I'd seen.
But it's like,
That's what I can remember.
but when you saw it, how did you experience seeing it?
I shit myself and ran off. So I saw it, I froze, and I shouted to my mates. I said, "Come here, look at this." And I turned around and she'd gone. I'm thinking, that's not right. And I thought, and I can remember being really cold. I thought, I'm not staying here, I'm going. We did go back numerous times.
But was it like you saw her with your eyes, or like how I?
I don't know, I just saw it, I was only a kid.
Yeah.
I can remember her just coming out of the doorway and walking towards the stairs on the landing, because it's like an open canopy thing. It's a massive, big, stately home. And, yeah. So that's my first memory, I think, as I can recall, of seeing something. Go on, Nick.
Wait for Sam now.
Sam, sorry.
You did ask it, then you jumped back to you.
Yeah, I know, yeah. A bit like that. So.
Wow. My family come from Bagnall, and my nan and family are buried in St Chad's Yard. I'm about 5 or 6, when my granddad putting some flowers on me nan's grave. And I wander off to the bottom of it because it goes to a point, and I'm talking to an old man down there. My granddad shouts me back and says to me, "Right, come up here." I said, "I'm talking to the old man down there. There's nobody there."
Right.
But to me, I can still see him as real.
Yeah.
And I've always wondered, was he or wasn't he? And
Yeah.
I don't know. And that's the first thing that I have ever seen, and I've never seen nothing apart from that cat that time in my friend's house.
How old were you then? How old were you then?
When about 5 or 6.
About 5 or 6.
Yeah.
See, I was supposed to have seen something when I was 4, but I can't remember it. How
Yeah.
can only... But this, to me...
He did
about
seem
11.
real. He seemed
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a real person. But somebody has said to me that something has happened to me. I don't know how it works, and something scared me, and I've shut down. I don't know, because all of them in the family can see apart from me,
Okay.
so I don't know.
Right. Have you seen stuff since?
I've seen the cat in my friend's house, and I've heard it, and I've felt stuff, and I've heard stuff, but I've never actually seen nothing from then on now.
No. Right, cool. And I know you've seen loads, haven't you?
Yeah, but the first thing I did see was I woke up one morning and there was two shadow people standing at the bottom of my bed. That is probably the first thing I would say as I could remember. I don't know if I had seen anything before then, but that's kind of me. That was kind of the point where I got interested in paranormal. So I can't recall anything before that. 'Cause my memory's shocking anyway. So
That was pretty well, not recent, but it was.
yeah, I wasn't like young like you. I was probably 21,
Mm,
21, 22, something like that. So
about 3 years ago.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Cool, yeah.
Next year that'll be.
Next year, that'll be, yeah. See, I've seen, like, this woman that I saw coming round the landing. She was partly transparent, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I have seen things like the guy at Chaddleton. I think I've told you before, haven't I, about this guy. And he was solid. I thought that was a person. And it obviously wasn't, because he'd vanished as soon as I'd seen him. But he was solid, like a person. Yeah. So it's weird. I don't know. I think if we knew what everything was, we wouldn't be still doing it, would we? I think.
I was just going to say, I remember seeing another, what could have been a ghost in 2012. I remember I was giving on my way to give a talk up in York, in this old sort of hotel style building, and obviously I've got me neck because I'm doing this talk in front of 150 people, which is the largest talk I've ever done, and most of them were medical doctors. So I've obviously try and memorise my notes and stuff because I've got a PowerPoint presentation, and I walks in the building, obviously mind occupied, walking down this sort of corridor, thinking that and sort of, well, not knowing rough where I'm sort of going, where the room is, and this maid starts walking towards me and walks past me, and then as she was by the side of me, I thought, oh, that'll last this maid. Turned around and she wasn't there, and she was like, it was like a real person in a full maid's, hotel maid's outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, I didn't think anything of it. I just looked at her, oh, she's gone. And there was nowhere for her to go. But obviously, my mind was occupied on trying to get to this place, into this room. And obviously, I'm doing a talk. But to this day, I can't explain that. I can't sort of debunk it. But it wasn't like seeing something that was transparent, or it was like just seeing a normal person as like I'm seeing you now.
Yep.
So whether that was a ghost, I can't say it was, I can't say it wasn't.
Cool. Them the good ones, aren't they? When you think the proper humans like.
Yeah.
And there's loads of stories like that, aren't there?
Then you could see loads of them and not realise it. You only realised it because there was nowhere for her to go. Otherwise, she would have just been a maid.
Well, yeah, exactly. Imagine how many ghosts you'd see at like the shopping centres and stuff.
Walking down the street,
In the middle of a Saturday afternoon.
Mm.
What's to say that all those people in the shopping centre are living people?
That's if ghosts exist, folks. Which we'll get on to later. No doubt. So, what really pisses you off about supposedly paranormal investigator
Or
ghost hunters.
Or the paranormal, maybe.
Or paranormal in general.
You don't have to get into.
We'll go to you first, Mark.
Go to me first.
Because you're the clever one.
Oh, you knocked me off guard then. I think the worst thing, well, definitely by far the worst thing is all of the bitchiness and all the egos in, like, what you say the paranormal investigators. That's by far the worst thing. But then, beyond that, I think it's people who don't use common sense when you're investigating. It's like one of the silliest things, just for me, which 99% of ghost hunters do, is, well, if you imagine you try and communicate with a spirit, say, that spirit is supposed to be something from a living person, like what was a living person. So it's like having a conversation with a person, basically having a conversation with spirit. Now imagine you try and have a conversation with a stranger. Imagine you walk into a pub and you see some guy sitting on his own by a table, and you walk up to him and you start saying, "Can you copy this?" and knock on the table in front of him. He just look at you as if you've gone,
I've actually been in some pubs where you have to communicate like that.
And that's with the living.
Yeah, that's with the living people. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
But
I mean, I'm as guilty as anybody for that. I've done that in the past.
Yeah.
And whistled.
Well, as I say, 99% of like paranormal investigators do it, but it's
I was a ghost hunter at the time.
A ghost hunter, yeah. And it's like, if you imagine it, you go into an old building and you say, "Can you copy this?" and start banging on the wall. There'll be noises, rats and stuff and insects, and they'll take the slightest bit of noise and say, "Did you hear that? It was dead loud." And it was like, "No, I didn't hear a thing."
Yeah, I'm with you. So you don't like any knocks or noises?
I don't mind the knocks if you say, "Can you knock?" Like the Enfield haunting tapes. Like the proper investigators like Harry Price and Maurice Gross and Guy Lyon Playfirst.
Yeah.
So, if you're doing like a proper investigation, it's like another thing that's just come up. Those bloody phone apps.
Oh yeah, can't beat a good app, can you?
I don't mind experimenting with stuff, but when you're just doing that for a full hour and saying, "Oh, we got really good contact through this phone app," well, no, you spent an hour just talking to a bloody weird bank, random weird bank.
Yeah.
So that's not investigating, is it?
And especially when them are programmed with like words to associate with, "I'm dead" and "I'm this" and "I'm that," and
and I think the latest ones now tend to pick up on things you say, and it adds words to it.
And GPS coordination. So if you say you're in East Drive, it's able to pick up the history of East Drive and all the words and names associated with that place. But yeah, there's, as I say, I love experimenting, I love gadgets, but you can't rely.
You've got them all. You've got everything that's going on the market.
I've got about 3 K2s. I still don't know how I use them.
Start by putting some batteries in.
Batteries in.
Switch them on.
I can remember as when we went to East Drive the first time 10 years ago, I don't know.
Yeah,
and you stood by the door frame for half an hour with your K2.
That was,
it was flashing.
No,
on
that was that EMR thing.
I don't know what it was, but you were there upstairs at the door frame
by the electric box.
Yeah, by the boiler. By the boiler. I wonder why this is going off. Yeah, that's it. So, Sam, is there anything that pisses you off about ghost hunters?
Yeah, when they do like the pictures and they fake.
Right, it's fake.
And then, like the people what do catch something, they say that they are fake.
Yeah.
It's just the lying, isn't it, behind it all and everything.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the only problem with that is, for me, would be, I don't believe anybody's pictures anyway, so
It's fair
whether
enough,
it's
isn't it?
real or
Yeah.
fake or not, I think you have to,
Yeah.
if it's your own picture, just be happy with, don't try and convince anybody else.
Plus,
Because you know what it is, isn't it?
yeah. Plus, with the
Mm.
technology, the AI technology now,
Yeah.
it's like
Mm.
you can't trust photos and stuff nowadays unless you've got like a DSLR and you've got raw format pictures or something.
Mm.
And then that's the other problem with people post them on Facebook. It takes all the information out, and you can't examine it yourself.
Yeah.
No.
You can go on and on with all this. I would never now, if I caught something on film that I believed was watching, I wouldn't share that. I'd show friends,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't share that on
No.
social media or anything.
That's
Yeah.
where I've seen it all, and the
And,
people.
yeah, and at the
say
end of the
horrendous
day, I'm
stuff to
I'm
them.
into this, and I do what I do now. I'm mostly listen. You know me yourselves. How often I get out investigating now. It's very rare, which is going to alter this year. I'm going to do a lot more. I'm researching more than anything else now.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I was going with this now. I'm lost now. I don't know what I was going to say. I don't know what I was going to say.
Saying about
Anyway,
research.
so I'm more of a researcher now, folks, instead of an investigator. But I don't know what I was going to say now. My
But-
head's gone.
But into a research, an investigator, an actual researcher, and a debunker all in one.
Yeah. See, that's another thing that pisses me off. These debunkers, some of them.
Yeah, some of them.
I don't. Listen, I'm just happy if you believe what you've caught and you think it works for you, no matter how you do it, unless it's absolutely ridiculous what you're doing. I just believe you should be happy with,
Yeah.
But we can. That's what I was going to say is the reason we don't believe, but what's the word I'm looking for? People's photos and stuff or evidence. For me to totally believe something, I have to be there.
Yeah.
I have to be there for that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm on about now with my research. Even the big cases now, I'd say 70% of these cases I'm not quite sure about.
Yeah.
The Warren cases are
No.
none of them I'm sure about, but the more well-known ones in this country and stuff. It's you think, well, this could be that, but
Yeah.
I wasn't there, so it's wrong, really.
See, it's like that Enfield outing. You got 2 police witnesses for that, so it's like
Yeah, because they're salt of the earth, aren't they?
They were back in the day. They were different.
Yeah.
They were different than what they are now.
I know, yeah,
but
I suppose.
it
yeah.
is like looking at the credibility, and it's
Yeah.
like a lot of the say YouTubers or TikTok paranormal investigators who are doing loads of fake stuff, like that, really haunted, and a few others. If they actually came across a real ghost, nobody would believe them because it's like the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah, that's a problem. And that's why there's a lot of problem with the Enfield case, because they know
That
that
the girls,
Margaret and Janet fake stuff.
but the kids.
Yeah, they were kids, so they admitted to doing some stuff.
But they also know that they couldn't have faked it all.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So that's a problem, what people have got, skeptics and everything.
Yeah.
But if you're a out-and-out skeptic, you don't believe anything anyway, and you never will.
No.
Yeah, but,
You know.
but I don't mind the skeptics as long as they've been through the process of actually going out and doing something. If you're just sitting there saying, no, that's a load of crap and that's a load of crap, and you haven't done nothing,
Yeah.
then
They've never been on an investigation
No.
or anything like that.
just out there just saying, poo-pooing it all just for social media,
Yeah.
it's not good.
Yeah, see, that's one of the things I like about people like Kenny Biddle, because he'll actually go investigate.
He used to be a ghost hunter. That's how he
Yeah.
started off. He used to believe.
But he'll take as paranormal tools, like taking a spirit level and stuff like that, to make sure that if the door
It's a straight
shuts.
ghost.
Yeah.
But he'll actually take the gadgets apart and see what's making them tick. And there was the recent one he was showing us. You know them yes and no things that cost about £300 or whatever, stupid price.
So,
Light up yes or no, and
all right, okay.
why people don't just buy a £2 coin and flip it for heads and tails. I don't know. Instead of paying,
How much would you pay for the £2 coin?
Yeah.
at least £1. Yeah, I was just going to say, sell a £2 coin as a ghost coin and sell it for like £20.
Yeah, you could do.
You'd still be looking for the on and off switch, Mark.
It's funny you should say that. I found an haunted coin the other day. I'm going to put it on eBay.
Yeah, who's got the Queen's head on and she's dead, obviously. So
That's another pet hate of mine as well, haunted objects.
Oh,
I don't care about that, do you? Do you think they could hold anything, Nick? Do you think?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't think so.
only if they've got the documentation.
That's mental, isn't it?
No, I don't. I don't know. How many times have we been? We've gone through believing, not believing. We do this, we do that, and the other, because we've been doing it for that long.
Yeah.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
Round and round in circles.
Oh, I change my mind every sort of few months about all this stuff.
I mean, how long have you been doing this, Sam? How long have you really, really into it?
I've always been interested in it when I was younger,
Yeah.
but then as I've got older, and then like with the kids, when Ashton says like she's seen stuff in that, then it's got into it then since she's been little.
Yeah. Because you do tend to go through. I can do a podcast now, and next week's podcast, I won't believe what I've said this week.
Yeah.
It's that bad.
So, yeah.
I am that bad, actually. You do go, don't you, from believing everything to not believing anything at all, and then you go, well, maybe. It's just, I don't know. It's
Where are you at the moment? Are you believing or?
I don't know. I'm just I don't know at the minute, to be honest with you. I do believe some things. I don't know. It's beyond me, some of this shit, you see, isn't it? But then again, something happens, and is it something? Have any of you been in a situation, here's one for you, where more than one person's seen something?
Well, what I've just said earlier about me and Jamie could see the same girl and describe the dress and everything, you know.
Well,
But-
there's that one then.
But saying that, it's like I've experienced a lot more stuff than seen, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
What I'm saying
shadows
is,
and
I
stuff.
think I've come to a conclusion now. If you see a ghost, it's all in your mind.
Well, yeah,
right.
but it's
So
like,
that ghost isn't actually there.
But-
So that's why I'm asking: has anybody been in a situation where two people or more have seen
Yeah.
the same thing at the same time?
But that's what I'm interested in, because I believe everything is created by the brain.
Yeah.
So, and obviously I've come across that guy recently I was talking to you about on Monday. He talks about morphic resonance and stuff.
If it's Sheldrake.
That's the guy. And it's like, he explains that everything leaves a memory. So it explains ghosts, it explains ESP, explains like past life regression and stuff. So is the brain like a key to open up, like some pathway into that? Maybe it's like that. What's his name? Bruce Goldberg.
Yeah.
He talks about a fifth dimension. I'm wondering if the fifth dimension and morphic resonance, or he calls it.
I don't think that's the same.
Yeah.
You had my book on that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Exploring the fifth dimension. That was
Yeah.
his book.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering whether there's some sort of link there, and the brain is actually a key to open up and like experience that either the morphic. He calls it something else, don't it? Morphic resonance is just a part of it. It calls it morphic states or morphic.
No, I don't. I've always known it as just morphic resonance.
Yeah, and that's why why I believe somebody who's very, very skeptical never experiences anything, because the brain is shut off to that experience.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. I do personally.
Definitely. The BBC did a programme about 20 years ago when I first started getting into it, and it was about language, people's language on what they call colours, give them the ability to see different colours.
Yeah.
Like the African tribes and places like that, all their colours are like browns and greens, and they can't tell the difference. So you showed them this chart, and there was like something that was stuck out like a sore thumb. They were looking at greens, and there's a red thing,
And you don't see.
and they couldn't see the red was different than any of the other colours.
Yeah, I saw
just
something
on
similar
language.
recently, well, about a year or two ago, that the colour blue never existed until the sort of give it a word. Because I think we used to have green sky or something like that. Even though obviously it's always been the same colour.
Yeah, well, I don't think they saw the sky as the blue colour.
Yeah. So fascinating.
I have to send you that because I bet you haven't seen it, have you?
Nope.
It's dead good.
Yeah, send me that.
Yeah. But yeah, and obviously with what I was saying, it's like, if I think it's all linked to, like, because obviously idiomotor stuff. So things like Ouija boards and pendulums and dowsing rods and stuff. Now, obviously, people can fake Ouija boards, blatantly fake, but a person, for me, a person has to push that pendulum. However, it's the idiomotor response means it's an unconscious control. So something's controlling the unconscious or the subconscious. And if that person's spelling out things that they don't know of, and it sort of links to the place or something, then obviously that to me is a legitimate Ouija board experience, even though the person's actually pushing it.
Yeah.
So I don't think you need to put your fingernails on the planchette or the press. I think you have to physically press it, and it's the information that comes out. And obviously, if that validates, if you can validate that information, and it's like what actually influences the subconscious to give that information.
Well, it'll be your consciousness, won't it? That it'll be if you connect to your consciousness, which is, I'd say, the real you. They might, if they're outside of our system, which they got to be,
Yeah.
then would they know all of that information? It's like us when we play a computer game and we can see on the screen different things.
So
where you send in your character.
Yeah. So
you've got access to all that other information that character in that game doesn't know.
So you're on about, like, saying tapping into, like, the Akashic records or something, or
Not even the Akashic records, just the consciousnness of whoever's operating Mark, or whoever's operating Nick.
right? Yeah.
I know it goes outside of ghosts and everything, but
Do you believe that person that's operating each individual is all knowledgeable?
well, let's just take the example of if we're playing The Sims on a computer, then we can see our character, we can see all the other characters as well.
And you don't think time is a barrier like in the third dimension? So it's
Yeah, but
like a
time's
different
only
dimension.
time's like man-made, and it's only relevant to our
Yeah.
dimensional, our existence. But time is. I don't think time has anything to do with the consciousness.
No.
Your consciousness.
Yeah.
You're outside of the system. Because if we're playing a computer game, we can see all the information on the screen. It's not just our character we can see. We've seen all the other characters. It could be as big as a world that you're seeing.
Yeah.
You know, like you see with these VR things now. But then that takes us down to like living in a simulation type of thing,
Yeah.
which I think we are anyway.
Yeah, I do. But yeah, that's very interesting. It's very similar to what I'm thinking or exploring, should I say, at the moment. So I'll probably change my mind about it next week.
No, another one.
Well, the reason what I'm quite interested in this, and I've been listening to a Joe Rogan podcast today, and he's had somebody on who you should have a listen to. His last one, I can't remember the guy's name, but really interesting.
All right. Is it his latest?
Yeah, his very last
I'll
one.
look at that. Yeah.
He's changed my mind on loads of things.
Yeah.
And that's all down through meditation. He starts off with him meditating.
Yeah. See, that's the route I'm going down at the moment. It's like researching that Sheldrake guy, morphic stuff. That stuff what you just mentioned, and there's what's his name, Henry Markram, who did the Blue Brain Project about how we perceive things, about our perception. But it's more of a scientific study on perception, and it's like, could all these things be linked with how we experience paranormal?
Could be.
Yeah, it could be, yeah. See, the problem with the paranormal is it's that vast, isn't it? It's that much that, you know, you can... I've just started now just picking one subject at a time. Because you go giddy, don't you? Going backwards and forwards. But like when you do watch as much shit as I do, you can't help but grabbing at different things all the time, you know what I mean? So...
well, I think it's good going into different things, because everything I look into, I can kind of link that to that, to that, to that. And it all kind of links in.
A lot of it does link, doesn't it, I think?
Yeah.
Links into the flat earth.
Oh, no. Hey, Ben, what is it? 37 minutes in.
Idiot.
First podcast. 37 minutes, he's mentioned it.
A bloody fool.
Yeah. So what's your main thing you're into, Nick? Paranormal wise?
I don't know if it's paranormal. Well, I don't know. I'm not really dead into the paranormal.
You're not really a ghost hunter, are you? Not really a ghost hunter.
I'm just not feeling it at the moment. But obviously I have been in the past. Like I say, mine at the moment is like exactly what we've just been talking about: meditation and altered states, meditation, all that kind of
Psychedelics.
Ooh. Now you're talking.
Yeah, but I think it is about connecting to your consciousness. People always saying about changing yourself, and I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. Pass. I don't know on that one what I'm talking about really.
What if you can change yourself?
Well, I think you've got people think that they can control like the consciousness type thing. People think that they're in charge of what they're doing here. I don't think that's the case.
No, I don't believe that either.
I think we've all got free will, but
you think there's something there pulling the strings?
Yeah, 100%. I do believe that.
So you don't believe in fate or anything like that? You believe?
Yeah, but fate can be if.
Well, I suppose
if the thing which is controlling you, which I'm going to say is your consciousness outside of our time and space, is controlling the character, which is me, then there will be fate, because
Yeah, yeah.
they would have it in it, like as you're playing a game, you would have an end goal in mind. And obviously the character on the screen doesn't know what's in the next room, does it?
No.
But the consciousness does,
Yeah.
because it can see the screen, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah, yeah.
sense.
And this is what I was mentioning on a previous podcast when talking about that being in a simulation. About, does the next room actually exist until your consciousness or you consciously go into that room, and then it sort of renders like a video game.
But that's where all the options could be available
Yeah.
until we view it, like the double slit experiment.
Yeah.
So if you're in one room, if you're playing a computer game and you're in one room and you've got 4 choices, then or it could be 1,000 choices or 1,000,000 choices,
Yeah.
and that means obviously the more choices you've got are like the more universes you've got. So if you can only go in one of them doors, if you've only got one door, then it would be, I would say, that's the fate. Do you think? But if you've got a million doors to go through, then you only go through one, then you've discounted all them other experiences, or your chances of them experiences. Maybe. Does that make sense, or am I talking total
Yeah,
crap?
yeah, it makes sense. So, say you've got 100 doors and you go through one, the other 99,
Yeah,
well, not the doors, but what's behind the doors, doesn't actually exist.
yeah. Which makes your choice more relevant because of all
Yeah.
them other choices. So that's why I think when you have,
Nick's face.
No, I agree. I'm just wishing, sometimes I'm wishing I chose a different door.
no, but but that's why I do tell people, weigh up your options and always choose the best option. If you choose the best option, whenever you have a decision to make, if you always choose the best one, you're always going to be on the best path.
And this is that other theory, the scientific theory about, is it multiple universes?
Right?
I
Yeah.
can't remember what you call it, but it's like how it was described is that when you've got like 2 choices, you go down one choice, but that other choice exists,
Yeah.
and there's another you that's actually gone left where you've gone right,
Yeah.
and then that'll branch off into choice. So you've got all these multiple universes.
Yeah, but that's only down to your choice at the time. Because if you imagine, remember the books that you used to get and you used to read it, and then you get to the end of the page, it said, do you want to go left or do you want to go right? If you want to go right, you turn to this page. If you want to go left, you turn to the other page.
Yeah.
So if you go right, and the other option is the left, it's still in the book,
Yeah.
but you just haven't chose it.
Well, how do you explain it as well is if you think about it, since you developed a conscious mind, what was that noise?
Did you hear it?
Yeah. I thought somebody was coming in.
What time is it?
9 o'clock.
No,
20,
the time
56.
43,
time.
about 43 minutes. That's all. Did you lock the door?
No,
That was definitely a voice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Ooh, ghosts. Yeah, so if you imagine from when you develop a conscious mind, which is around about the age of 9, every choice you've made must be billions of choices. So you must have billions of Earths or universes.
Or options. They haven't got to be, because let's say you read that book more than once, then you've experienced the left and the right. Because if there's only one way out,
Yeah.
then you have to keep rereading that book, choosing the option which is going to get you to the end, aren't you?
Yeah.
So the person who is in control, which is the person who's reading the book, has gone down the left route. He's gone down the right route. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm talking shit, because
No,
it helps me out, 'cause I don't know everything. I'm just
No.
know what I know. I just build my beliefs off what things
Yeah, but
make sense to me.
the theory that I've got is similar to yours, but on a much larger scale. So instead of having just one book going left to right, you've got like 1 million books with 1 million of you,
Yeah, but I
different
just
versions of you.
no. I think I believe the same as
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Apart from, because how you were describing it, you were saying that there's at this moment in time there's 1 million marks.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Well, there's like different universes.
I don't know.
So it's like going back to Bruce Goldberg.
Yeah.
He was talking about it's like when you sort of got a client and you want, say, confidence for a job interview, but
Yeah.
they just lack confidence,
Yeah.
and you're using what I call, what's known as resource therapy. Does that mean?
Just knocking you up. So it's just going
Oh.
ting, ting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, is what's called resource therapy, where you hypnotise a client and the client gets these resources
Yeah.
from, you visualise a confident you or whatever. Well,
Yeah.
what if that confident you already exists in a different universe? He's got that.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, but the only thing I think which differs from what I'm thinking of and what you're thinking of them, the other mark actually existing, whereas like as a physical,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking the same thing, but I'm thinking as non-physical. So if you read a version of a book, 10 different versions, and we're having a conversation, and something comes up, and you say, "Oh well, I know that's in this book."
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't believe that other mark is a physical version in this.
Not in here, but
Yeah.
but you think
But on a different universe that we can't actually
yeah.
see.
See, I don't know. I used to think that, but I don't know.
Yeah, as I say, I'll probably change my mind in a few years, or
So I don't know. I don't know if I'm right, but I just think is you move into the potential when you're
Yeah.
doing that thing that Bruce Goldberg does, where you're just getting the chapter of the book where is you can play the guitar, or you can speak this language, or it's every possibility is there.
Yeah. What does Professor Sammy think?
Yeah. So
What you've just been on about? Almost.
Yeah,
I was
should have
gonna
woke
say,
you
no,
up.
that's over my head, honest.
Well, you'll learn, right? Just let them go.
That's what I did.
Just let them go. When they start,
listening.
just let them go.
I'm just like,
Yeah. So, yeah. So what's your main thing?
there's a couple. I like when you go on a hunt and you do get stuff, finding the history to see if it was an actual person or a
Okay.
place or stuff like that. Another one, I'm trying to go into meditation, but I can't.
Can't meditate.
Yeah, I'm finding it really hard.
Right.
Don't know. I can do it, and then I'll be 5 minutes into it, boom, try it again, and I'll be no. I just can't seem to settle. And I'm trying to get back into the craft, doing that again like I used 2 years ago.
Okay. That's cool. Is that more... How can I put it? Do you bring any of that towards the ghost hunting side of things?
No.
The witchcraft?
No. Never tried it, no.
No.
No. I'm just trying to get back into it because I forgot everything. Because everything's... There's all new stuff and... Yeah, I'm trying to look into that, the difference of what's about and everything.
So is there a particular part of the witchcraft that you...
I like all the natural stuff, like the garden,
Yeah.
Like
some
an
of the
edge witchery.
herbs and
Edge witchery, yeah.
something, bits and bobs like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Witchcraft says. Love it.
Yeah.
I love witchcraft.
And I love all that. I'm not really into the witchcraft thing myself, really. But yeah, all the herbal medicines and
Yeah.
Mushrooms.
Yeah.
The stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah. Because you don't like taking any normal what's it do you? There you go. Look. Next to showing us his mushroom t-shirt. Yeah. 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 Because you don't like taking any medication, do you? Like from the doctor or whatever.
no, definitely not. But
No.
I've just brought.
You eat soil and shit like that, don't you? That sort of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I should be the alphiest person on the planet because I love all that. But just doing it is different stuff.
Yeah.
I love chocolates and cakes too much.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
addicted to sugar. No, it's
That's
bad
natural,
addiction.
isn't it, sugar?
Yeah, it's not really.
It's the worst addiction, isn't it?
Yeah,
Can't
Yeah.
live without it.
Yeah.
I can't.
and it is
Off me
bad.
pop.
It's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
But that's it. It's just
That's how it is,
terrible.
isn't it?
Yeah. Should be thin as a rake, I should. A garden rake, not the rake. The supernatural bloody. Although we do lurk around woods and stuff, don't we?
Yeah, we do, yeah.
Yeah.
Not in a weird way. Well, I suppose.
It depends.
Yeah, I suppose what you call
Point of
weird,
view,
isn't it?
innit?
You know. But, yeah,
Hmm.
it's a bit weird.
Yeah. Well, it's like the term paranormal. It's like things that 300 years ago, what are normal today would be paranormal 300 years ago. So paranormal just basically means that we don't know what it is. It just doesn't sit with the normal laws, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But do you not? That's only a human thing, don't you think? Because
Yeah, yeah.
if you look at everything else on this planet, insects and bees and whatever, they've just been doing what they do forever.
Well, yeah,
Don't-
exactly.
They don't change. They don't.
Like
I'm going to say evolve, but
the honeycomb. How do you,
that's all. Yeah, it's just always been like that, hasn't
yeah.
it? They've never decided thinking, "I sod the honeycomb. I've found a better way."
yeah.
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 And it's only the human part of our existence that really changes, don't you
Yeah.
think? I know if you believe in evolution, then obviously
Yeah.
things grow different legs and all that kind of caper. But
But-
talking about how things are done, it's always
Yeah, but thinking that it's just come to me. Do you think that we are not naturally from Earth then, if we keep changing? Because everything that's on Earth, like natural stuff, plants and bees and insects, sort of do the same thing as they've done for millions of years, but we haven't.
yeah. Because I think that's just part of the programming.
But
I
do you,
know- I know
do
I'm
you
going
think
down
that
the bloody-
we're sort of visitors?
No.
You know, No?
You're talking about extraterrestrial.
well, exactly, from
No,
another
I-
planet and
no,
stuff.
how can I believe that if I don't believe I believe in a flat Earth, Mark. So how can I believe it?
Well, do you believe that we're from over the wall?
Well, we'll have that on a different podcast.
Oh,
That'll take up about 12 hours. But when you're on about that, though, being we're the only species that. But there is stuff that I know everyone's saying, like, if people believe you've evolved,
yeah.
it was said that we evolved from apes. Now apes still there. He's one I'm going to hit you with.
Yeah.
So could we have evolved from them because they're still there? They haven't evolved.
Well, we've evolved from fish, haven't we?
Well, this is the thing.
You know, how
And
does it
they're
go
still
from
there,
fish to
aren't
apes
they?
to us?
If you believe that,
Yeah.
the fish are still there,
Yeah.
aren't they? Some fish haven't grown legs. You know?
Yeah, and my cousin, the killer whale,
Yeah.
says,
Orca Taft.
Auntie Orca.
Aren't you orca? Yeah. So
Yeah, but
Yeah,
there's
so
only us that
this
don't
was-
do anything, do we? We don't
What
contribute
like
to
us
anything.
for? Is that what you're saying?
No, not just us for. The
Oh,
whole
right,
human race,
okay.
all we do is buy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all we do is just fuck everything up for everybody,
Yeah.
for all the rest of the world.
So that makes me more thinking about this, the planet or the whatever is here just for our experience.
Yeah, yeah.
So does that make? Don't want to go down this route, but I'm going to say it
So
anyway.
tells you this was about
Another
ghost
route.
hunting.
Yeah, does like veganism?
Oh no!
Don't bring Dean into this.
No, but you know what I'm saying? It's like all these other things. It boggles my brain.
So what is it about veganism then?
Well,
Thinks
if-
paranormal.
no. Yeah, have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen a ghost fish?
No. People have seen ghost animals, haven't they?
Oh.
Cats and dogs. You've seen a cat, haven't you?
Nessie.
Nessie.
Nessie, a
That's a
ghost.
I
ghost,
was
that
watching
is.
that last night.
You know. So yeah, I have seen it. Well, I haven't seen it, but yeah. Anyway, so there you go.
There we go.
Ghost hunting. Started off a little bit about ghost hunting, and then
Started
as
talking about
normal,
mushrooms. And
if anybody's ever listened to any of our other podcasts that we've done over the years,
It just goes.
it's just a general theme we have. Start
Yeah.
on one thing and end up on something completely different.
next week we're talking about flying fish.
Yeah, could do. Yeah. So being
Dead flying fish.
dead flying fish,
Dead flying fish.
angel fish.
Oh yeah.
But saying that, how would we know if it is a ghost fish? And would ghost fish actually make a splash?
Yeah. You wouldn't put on any weight when you ate it if it was a ghost fish.
Don't eat fish.
A ghost cow.
No.
Ghost cow.
Are you vegan?
I don't eat any sort of meat, anything with animals.
So you're veggie then.
Yeah, sort of. I'm a peculiar eater.
But you
Peculiar.
But you eat sweets of beetle skins and stuff.
Yeah.
Beetle
Yeah.
Beetle
I eat
juice.
cheese.
And cockroaches.
Yeah.
Insects.
Yeah, I don't ever get why they don't eat cheese.
And why I eat cheese? I love cheese.
Yeah.
But I don't eat nothing else.
I've got some of that. What's it too? That is it agur? Is it
In the
blue?
pot.
The blue.
Oh.
Yeah. That's that is.
No, I don't
Yeah.
like
That's
that.
quality. That is.
With
isn't
mini
it?
cheddars dipping them.
Oh yeah.
I remember having a
Just in spread and cheese, crisps. Oh.
Nice.
I remember having a ploughman's lunch in Sandbach, and I was only like in my early 20s, and blue vein cheese. I've never had it before.
Stilton.
Had a bite.
Love it.
Oh,
I love it.
nearly threw up.
I love
Yeah.
blue cheese.
I
that
love
is.
cheese. Yeah.
I do, but I don't like brie.
You need
either.
you need to have cheese that you can taste. I think.
Yeah, I love
It's no good
mature.
just having
Mm.
mild cheddar
No,
with a cracker, is it?
No.
No, I love mature cheddar.
Yeah, with a pickle.
See, ghost hunting cheese.
Mature cheddar and red onion sandwich.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go.
Everybody's
Well,
getting hungry now.
Yeah, that's it, so on that note, I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
That'll do for the first one, I think. Eh?
As he's on the phone to dial a pizza.
Yeah, dial a pizza. We might have heard somebody speaking while we were doing this.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go
Yeah, it was
through that, I
def-
think.
Was it a woman's voice as well?
Yeah, it sounded like it.
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah,
Mm.
it did to me, but
Because I was listening to that podcast that we did. I can't remember when it was, when Marie and stuff. And it was like, that was over a year ago, wasn't it? And you heard a woman's voice then.
Mm. Probably is.
Then women, they get everything.
oh,
Oh. Yeah, so. Right then. Right then, folks.
Time for a cup of coffee.
Yes, we're going to have a cup of coffee now. Have a listen to this.
And he raised it.
And you raise it.
Yeah, you haven't
And
remembered
start
press
again.
record.
I think so, yes,
Oh.
Red there. I don't know. I hope to God I have, because we just did give Nick some shit before
Oh.
over it.
We just spent 3 hours recording it.
Yeah. So that's about an hour's worth of stuff. By the time I've edited it all through, probably about 15
10
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
I don't edit mine. I just put it.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for listening,
Yeah.
and catch us on the next one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Goodbye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.